points on both sides.
On both sides, far away.
Dajuan, you were really aggressive tonight, and I think you led the team in scoring. What was going well for you? And I know Coach always wants you to shoot the ball. Did you try to do that more tonight?
They basically forced me to shoot the ball, so I just got a lot of shots. So I missed a lot, but I did a lot of scoring because, usually my scorers do a lot of scoring. I just make the easy pass or something, but, I just stepped up and, I had a lead for the scoring. So I had a pretty good game, so.
For both of you guys, just what do you think was different about the second half as opposed to the first, especially those two stretches where it seemed like you guys were doing particularly well?
I think we just came out with a lot of energy, especially on the defensive end. I think one thing we didn't do in the first half was probably, guard our man after the set broke down, and it was kind of just, one-on-one. We needed to guard our yard better. And I think KJ even, but like Zeke, Diggy, all of them really took their matchups real personal. I think they did a really good job in the second half of guarding their man and kind of keeping them out the paint. And I think we rebounded better as a team in the second half.
I think in the first half they had 14 free throws. I know they're one of the best free throw rate teams in the nation. Was it difficult to kind of guard them without getting into foul trouble a little bit there in that first half?
They the top 5, number 1 team getting to the free throw line. So that's what they do. That's what they was playing to. So I think we just got to do a better job moving our feet. Like I said, just guard your yard.
Dajuan, as a experienced guard, what did you see from Rakis tonight?
What Coach Self wants all his freshmen to do when they first come in the game: guard. If you can rebound, go rebound. If you're a shooter, shoot the ball. But really, he comes in and guard, give us great energy, and that's what he's supposed to do. So.
Hunter, was super short, but you and Flory out there together. I wonder what you think of being out there with him, and how do you like that? What do you like about it?
Yeah, no, I love playing with him. I mean, he's so athletic, and he makes it really easy for me because, he's usually going to have a 4-man on him who's a little, obviously probably smaller and weighs less. So all you got to do is just get in, throw it up. Nobody can jump with him, and anything around the rim he finishes. So makes it really easy. And then defensively, I mean, he's a big aircraft down there just blocking everything. And so it makes it really easy, I think, for me, but Wallen and everybody else when he's on the floor.
Just following up on that, when you see Flory go out, does anything change about your approach, I guess, knowing that you're probably going to have to put more minutes in the second half?
Yeah, I was a little tired out there, but, guys stepped up. Obviously, like one man goes down. That's the great thing about having depth. A guy like Zach comes in, gives great minutes. I'm super happy for him out there. I feel like he really needed that. And, guys just stepped up when somebody goes down. That's just, what a good team does and a good deep team does. So I think guys kind of rallied around that.
And then just for either of you guys, anything in particular you've taken out of these last couple games that you feel will be particularly important heading into Duke next week?
These last 2 games are super important because, these are like get better games. Coach says this all the time, and, Duke's going to be a tough matchup. So, we got to come in tomorrow or the next day and watch some film and just really just get better as a team. So,
Juan, what's your perspective when Hunter and Flory are out there together?
Really, Hunter goes to the 3-point line. Flo comes set the screen. Row do you, and Hunter be ready to shoot unless we do like a little short row with Hunt. But really, I'm just trying to make a play for either one of our bigs. So, and then Hunter obviously can play on the perimeter, and then you got Big Flo in the lane ready for a lob or anything. So, I think it makes it easy too. So.
For both of you guys, I think in the first half you gave up 8 or 9 offensive rebounds. I think you guys were up 6 at half. Can you just kind of give us a quick recap of Coach's message at halftime?
A lot of those rebounds were long rebounds. Obviously, we got beat on a couple short ones where we got to crash down. But I think some of them, we just got to gang rebound. I think a lot of it's when sometimes, with the long rebounds or when guys are helping and leaving their man to come help and guys got to come crash down. But, obviously Coach, made an emphasis on that. Rebounding was a big thing that he wanted to key on at halftime. And I think guys really took that challenge. We out-rebounded it by 6, I think. And so, obviously we want to out-rebound him by more, but I think it was a good change from the first half to second half.
Does he get animated at all at halftime, ever?
Yeah, I think that's one way to describe it, yeah.
Lauren?
Dajuan, you've got some other guys playing point guard alongside you this year. Do you think that helps open up your shot from the outside?
I mean, yeah, for sure. You know, because they're playmakers too. People gotta respect them too, as when they on the ball too. But they make it easy for me. And then you see, Coach been getting me out the game more than he has throughout the years that I've been here. So and I have more energy on defense too. So I think it's a great thing. So,
Guys, right here. Coach got 800 tonight. Can you each of you share your thoughts on being on the floor for those milestone wins for him?
Coach is just a winner. That's all. To be honest, he's a winner. It's fun playing with him. You know, he makes it look easy for me. So, you know, he's just a winner. So.
Yeah, and I'm glad my parents had me a little bit later so that I can be able to play for him at 800. Hopefully, you know, he gets to 900 and 1,000 because, I mean, he is one of the best and he deserves it all. But just trying to get more milestones, trying to get that third national championship for him. I feel like that's the biggest thing we want right now for him.
Anything else? Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, Rock Shop.
You're not first, Shay?
Coach, what did you think about Rakese's effort and energy today?
Well, you know, I thought Rakese did well. He didn't play the first half, obviously, and put him in there. And I thought, you know, he got his hands on about 3 balls in the first, 3 or 4 minutes he's in there. And I thought he did really well. And that's what he can do. He can bring energy like that. And I thought it was good because I think a couple other guys, if they play with comparable energy, they could do a lot more too. So I think that was good to see.
What did you think the team was doing well during those early stretches in the second half, especially as compared to the first half?
Well, I thought actually, you know, you probably won't write this, but other than defensive rebounding, that's the best we played defensively. You know, our ball screen defense was on point. We just didn't rebound the ball lick the first half, but and then you know they get to the free throw line, but I thought the second half we obviously defensive rebound. I think they got one the second half and no points, and after getting 9 and 14 the first half. So I think that's probably the biggest thing we did, and our energy was good. And I really felt like we probably actually played a little better in the second half than the score actually indicated, because they got to the free throw line and made some free throws. 21 played great for them. But you know, we can play a lot better. But I thought tonight was a good step in the right direction.
And how is Flory? Is he moving along okay?
He I don't think he should have played, but in a big game where maybe you didn't have another game coming up immediately after, he could have been back out there probably. So he'll be off of it a day or two, but hopefully he'll be practicing by Friday.
Just to be clear, for Flory, is that an ankle or something else?
No, it's his ankle.
His ankle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then is that just going with KJ at the 5 and Zach at times 2? Is that just your mindset and how you would go with that? Or if you had more time to plan, knowing Flory wasn't available, would you potentially do something else? We
don't have any other options. Zach and KJ would be the only other 2 options that we would have to play the 5 if Flory's not in there. So no, that was we told him at halftime that's what we'd do.
Coach, you're racking up the milestones with wins last week, becoming the all-time leader here at KU, and you're 800 tonight. Do you remember who your first head coaching win was against?
Who? Do you know?
I looked it up, yeah.
Was it Loyola Marymount?
Sam Houston State, but I just didn't know if the win. Yeah, Sam Houston State. I didn't know if these wins and milestones, if you just knew who your first was.
I don't, but I've had some health issues, you know. So maybe my mind doesn't work the same way as it used to. So I don't usually remember the wins as much as I remember the losses. But yeah, Sam Houston State, huh? Jerry Hopkins was the coach there then. If you want to look that up too, I remember that.
Diggy's had a few of these good scoring performances in these bye games. What does he need to do to kind of translate that level of production to the higher level opponents?
Well, I think tonight, he guarded. He over-penetrated one time and tried to score over length, which is not probably a great move for him. But I don't really think when you shoot a lot of threes primarily, a lot of times the athletes you're playing against, you still get looks. You just got to make them. They're just maybe a little bit more rushed and obviously playing against a little bit more length. But I think he can play at this level and be consistently good. With him, we'll judge him a lot of times on if he makes shots or not. And tonight he was 3 for 4 and did a good job. But I could see him getting those same looks against conference opponents. But we can't expect him to shoot 75% every game.
Bill, I think you said previously you were hoping for that 40% mark around 3. You guys have kind of had a up and down season so far for 3-point shooting. Is there anything you think you can do differently, or is it just kind of waiting for the shots to kind of drop?
Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. If you we're 6 of 25, and if you go 9 of 25, it's a 27-point game. But they were good looks. I bet of the 25, maybe 1 or 2 that you wouldn't want. Maybe that Shaq took one, which I didn't think he needed to. But other than that, the right guys are shooting them. So we'll make them. We'll make them.
Coach, I know it's obviously early in the season. You kind of have a break coming up. Do you like where your team is at 5 games in? I mean, do you like where you guys are at this stage?
Not probably consistently where I like for us to be at. I think we're leaving a lot of points out there. I think free throw line. One thing that surprisingly we've done a good job of is we actually get a shot most every possession. We don't turn it over a lot. At least, knock on wood, we haven't yet. I think our ball screen defense obviously can get better and just guarding your man. Most of the time they scored tonight was when 21 just went and made a basket on Flory or Hunt. So we can get better individually defensively, but I think offensively when we play with pace we're pretty good. When we don't play with pace we get pretty stale, and I still think Rylan and AJ aren't comfortable yet. So there's a lot of things to get better at, but I do think we're gaining on it.
Short-lived, but what's the thinking about putting Hunter and Flory out there together?
I think we need to play that way. I think if you're going to play, 9 guys, if you really break it down, you'll have, basically 4 guys playing 2 spots, and you'll have 3 guys playing 2 spots, and then get Flory 5 to 7 minutes in that spot, and then let Flory back up Hunt. So I actually think that's something we probably need to do, 5-7 minutes a game.
Is there anything in particular you like about it other than the way it fits your rotation? I mean,
I think it just keeps our best players in the game. And Flory's an athlete that can block and alter, and he probably needs to play closer to 20 minutes than he does, 12 or 15.
What's the schedule look like leading into Duke? And what do you want to get accomplished?
We're going to take tomorrow off, and then we'll practice Thursday and Friday hard, and then very light probably on Saturday, and then practice Sunday and Monday. So I haven't watched Duke yet, but we'll have a great game to watch them against a quality opponent, obviously with Kentucky, and then they play at Arizona on Friday. So we'll have 2 games where we'll have a pretty good book on them, just like they'll have a pretty good book on us, I would think, by Tuesday.
Juan said he is feeling a lot fresher with less minutes. What do you think of his defense tonight? And
I think Juan's. I don't know what you guys think. Juan's turned it up. He's turned it up. He looks much more active defensively than he was last year. I don't know how you guys feel, but at least that's the way I think. I think lesser minutes is probably help. But also with seniors, there's no longer a safety net too. So I think there's a sense of urgency with guys in their last year too. But I think if you look at 17, 6, and 1, and there's a guy that's getting 23, goes 2 for 9. You could say, he did some good things tonight.
You already mentioned it, but how will you remember win number 800?
probably being embarrassed because I can't remember number one. That's probably what I'll remember about tonight. I forgot we played Sam Houston State in my first game ever. So.
Anything else?
I don't know if you know this. I don't really think of that kind of stuff very often. Yeah, okay. All right. Thanks, guys.